Okay. I got it. Ready? Are we ready to get the show started? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's distress. Hi, I'm Lourdes.
And I'm Eric, but you can call me Tello. This show is a family-oriented show, but it's oriented from the adult perspective. We talk about adult situations, and very often we use adult language. So if there's any kids in the room, kick their asses out. They don't belong here right now. Unless they want to learn something about life.
Right, this may not be suitable for children. And I'd like to add, I don't want to make anybody mad, and I love my family and friends.
I do too. Listening to that intro, I realized we haven't really been teaching anything about life lately, have we?
No, I don't think so.
And honestly, I don't think we're the people you should come to for life lessons.
No, not at all. But
we're pretty
it is
messed
a good,
up.
Yeah. But I liked the 1, 2, 3, let's distress.
Yeah, so much in life. What are you distressing over, cuz? Things are great.
No, yeah. I mean, I guess I sat in my office yesterday and...
When you say office, are you talking about the shitter?
No, I mean my actual work office.
You take a shit at work?
No, I try not to. I don't like using public restrooms. Ugh. Anyway, I sat in my office with a couple of coworkers, and they said somebody recently, a coworker's parent died, and anyway, it got a brief moment. It was sad. Like, yeah,
somebody's parent died. Way to bring the show down right at the start.
No. Well, yeah, but the whole point is
1, 2, 3, let's distress.
I just felt a lot of emotions come over. Yes, that was sad that this, coworker's mom died, but also just everything else. We sat there, the three of us, and we were like, I still feel like we're in March, the tres of us. We were in March of 2020. And that's exactly what we did. In March of 2020, we sat in my office or in an office, and we were just like, what the hell's going on? And we were just like overwhelmed with all these emotions. And then here we are, 2021, and we haven't moved.
And the stress.
The stress is just kicking the tres of our asses.
Well,
anyway.
Let's see if we can try and get people's minds off that. Because everyone is experiencing that. We're still in the midst of this pandemic. Yes. So hopefully we can distract people from that for a little while and have some fun.
And de-stress.
De-stress from distress. So what's going on, cuz? Besides the bad news you want to start the show off with?
You pretty much, the pandemic is...
Let's get past the pandemic. We're past that.
Isabel and Priscilla couldn't be here this morning. They were going to join us in our follow-up to our last show. But Isabel has to go buy a wedding planner binder or something like that.
Oh, my.
It's getting kind of real.
Is be like her assistant or something?
Yeah. If you say, let's go to the store. Oh, I want to go. What do you need to go for? I don't know. I just want to go.
I just want to get out of this house and get away from my parents and my family who I've been cooped up with 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So Priscilla's been driving. She doesn't have a driver's license. But she's been driving to work.
She have a learner's permit?
No.
Oh, cuz. Maybe we should cut that out.
Well, I'm sure there are people out there that have children that do this, but I would not recommend it. Yeah. And she's 21. She's about to be 22.
When I got my first car, I drove myself to work illegally for like almost a year. I took the back roads. I figured it was safer that way.
Yeah. She said yesterday she was driving and had the cops behind her. And she's like, now I know what you mean when the cops are behind you, you get kind of nervous. I'm like, yeah. She's like, what the hell was I supposed to do if he would have stopped me? And he would have asked me for my driver's license. I said, you would have just handed him your state ID.
And a $20 bill.
Officer, please. But he did not stop her, so.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I get nervous too when the cops are behind me. And I'm usually not doing anything. Like, I check my speed first. And if I'm okay, I'm like, why am I feeling so nervous? And then I'm like, oh, because I'm Mexican.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
So they can't be with us today. They're doing more fun things.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I enjoy them on the show. And I think people do too.
Yeah. They like it.
I think people enjoy them more on the show than they enjoy us on the show.
I don't know. Have we had any reviews that support that?
I'm just assuming because I enjoy them more on the show than I enjoy us.
Then you just enjoy us.
I figure I'm a good slice of what the audience is experiencing.
No. Yeah, I guess we both are. We have to be, right?
I don't know. I at least listen to the show. I
listen to the show.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
You like it?
I like it.
It
makes me laugh.
It's okay. It's better when the kids are on.
Yeah. I have to agree.
Taking a trip down memory lane, but I know what I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
We got Back to the Future, and have you seen Stand By Me?
Yes.
Okay. So those are the two movies we have left that we'll talk about.
Okay.
So we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, I just, I'm sad your kids aren't here. They're a lot of fun, but it's cool. We'll get through it okay. And we'll just talk about us being old.
I know. Shit.
Yeah, it happens. Anyone listening, no matter how old you are, if you keep waking up every morning, you'll get old sooner or later. If you're lucky.
You talk about me bringing the show down.
What? It happens. Look, no, it's a good thing. Just keep waking up every morning and you'll get to your old age.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I asked Homie this morning, I said, because he slept in. And
slept in what?
He instead of waking up at like 3:30, he woke up like at 6:30. And I woke up about 8:30 because my body was starting to hurt from laying in bed. Oh. And so I asked him, I said, does your back or does your body hurt from laying in bed so long? He was like, no, And I'm like, damn, I literally wake up and it's like, ouch, oof. And I hear everything popping. And I'm like, man, it's a struggle. But I guess if I keep doing that every morning, it's a good thing.
You woke up. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
What's going to happen the day you don't wake up? That's a bad thing.
I guess not for me, for my family and all of our listeners.
You don't think it's a bad thing for the listeners?
Yeah. It's a bad thing for that if I don't wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're confusing me.
Okay.
Never mind. Let's move on.
I'm waiting for you.
I thought you had something you wanted to talk about.
No. You said you were going to tell me. You had a question to ask me. And then you started talking about I watched Stand By Me, if I've seen Stand By Me. And I said yes.
Okay. Well, I'll get to the question when we get to Back to the Future.
Okay.
I thought you had something else to talk about.
Do I?
Did you not prepare for anything? You always have something to talk about.
I can't remember.
All right, well then I'll tell a story real quick, and then we'll get to the movie stuff. So speaking of sleeping in bed, the other night I was sleeping in bed just fine, and I had a little bit of, not really a nightmare, I would say, but I was definitely dreaming. And in my dream, I got into it. It was weird. It was like some people I work with, but also mixed in with like some college kids. It was like, picture an 80s movie, since we're talking about movies.
Okay.
Picture like an 80s movie where there's like one grumpy person who like, hey, kids, get off my lawn sort of guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't like the local kids and stuff. They're just, because they're young and whatever and just enjoy life. And he's woken up too many days in a row and has gotten old and just doesn't like the youth around him. So it's that kind of guy in the dream. Doesn't like the people around him. And there are a bunch of us outside watching. For some reason, there was like a drive-in movie theater screen, and somebody was showing something, like some work that they had done, was showing it off. And like a large group of young people and me, like I was, I guess, a young person in my dream, dreaming of days gone by. And we were all enjoying it. And this guy comes out kind of looking for trouble because everybody's crowded around. And he's like, you know, just waiting to find something to complain about to shut it down. And I had like a folding chair and I had folded it back up because I was going to put it away. And I just kind of like tossed it behind me and it hit him in the crotch area. All right. Not hard. It wasn't like I had done it on purpose. In my dream, again, this is a dream.
Yeah.
So, you know, he looks at it and he gets like this evil smile on his face because now he has an excuse. I've assaulted him, you know, with my chair.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there thinking, oh, shit. You know, this guy is claiming that I assaulted him. So now he's going to call the cops. He's going to shut us down. You know, going to try and press charges against me. So the thought that runs to my mind is, well, then I'll give him a real reason. Again, this is a dream, probably more of a fantasy than a dream, but this is what I was dreaming. It's what I remember from the dream. So my first move, instead of throwing a punch or an elbow or something, is I just, in my mind, in my dream, I just threw a kick, like right to the head. Good form. My trainers would have been proud of me. Like my hip was in it. I turned my hip over to get that extra power in there. The only problem is this is a dream, but in real life, in my bed, I actually kicked my leg.
Oh my God.
And I kicked part of my bed frame. And oh man, I hurt my toe so bad. The first thing that I thought was I broke my toe because it hurt that bad.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I could feel I could feel my face get flushed with, you know, because the blood is just rushing like all. And I wake up from the dream obviously because I'm in a lot of pain, and then I'm like my heart is beating. I'm like, oh, you need to calm down. Like you need to take a serious assessment of the situation.
Where the hell is this guy at?
No, and I'm just in a lot of pain. I'm thinking, oh my God, I broke my toe, and I bend it, and it hurts, but it doesn't feel broken. So I'm like, okay, thank God it didn't break. But then I'm like, but I kicked so hard in my sleep, and I'm thinking, well, I must have at least broken the toenail. So I get out of bed and I turn the light on and I look, no broken toenail, thank God. But I can start to see it didn't bleed. There wasn't any blood that came out. I didn't break the skin. I didn't break the toenail, but I could see under the toenail where the blood was starting to pool. So it covered almost half the toenail on one side. So I don't know if my toenail is going to fall off or not. It's been okay for the past few days. It's not that bad anymore, but it was the worst way to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But I did kick that guy in the head. So in my dream, it might have been worth it.
Maybe you got your ass kicked instead.
How dare,
Have you ever looked up?
In my dream, I'm going to get my, no, in my dream, I win.
Have you had dreams like that before where you're fighting?
I had a dream one time. Actually, you know what? I'm about to take back what I just said. I might lose in my dream. Because another dream you just reminded me of, I was fighting off a horde of zombies. And the only weapon I had was a paring knife.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't have a whole lot of, I'm not a trained fighter, but I have trained a little bit. And I don't have a whole lot of long distance fight training. Like I have, a little bit of kickboxing, but most of what I studied when I was studying martial arts was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is a very close contact. Grappling fighting style. So not really the best thing you want to do with a horde of zombies. Like I don't want to get a zombie in a rear naked choke because like then I'm right up. I want to keep him at distance, but I had a paring knife, so I woke up from that one. I don't know if I won or lost, but I was being surrounded.
Damn. Do you ever look up what your dreams mean?
I've tried, but I don't. They're only guides online, and I don't really trust those because anybody could write those. Yeah. But I don't know if I really believe in dream interpretation anyway.
Yeah, interesting.
Why? What are you thinking that meant?
Well, I've had dreams. I've dreamt of being in fights, and it's like I have unbelievable
are these dreams of being in fights or just recovered memories from when you were younger?
No. They're actual
I heard you were
dreams.
kind of a badass when you were younger.
I thought I was. I don't know what I was thinking.
I heard you floored some bitches before.
No, I did fight some itches before. But I could have easily, like, I could have really gotten my ass kicked because they were, like, bigger than me. And I think it's all in your presentation.
Well, hang on. This presents an opportunity for a life lesson. I was just talking about us not really offering a life lesson. I'll pass on a life lesson that I overheard my old jiu-jitsu coach telling one of the other students. He was a high school student, and he was excited and kind of bragging about a near fight that he was in. He didn't get in a fight, but he was kind of aggressive enough to resolve the fight. And I half expected my trainer to kind of give him props for that because but I was really proud of my trainer because he stopped what he was doing and he got right in front of him and told him face to face, because this was a teenage student who probably would be considered an at-risk youth. He was from a lower income family who just, he was at the school because if he wasn't, he would have been into things that a high school student probably shouldn't be into.
Yeah.
So he was at the jiu-jitsu school for it was someplace better for him to be. So my coach took him to the side and was like, he's like, the best way you can win a fight? And the kid was like, how? Like, give me the goods. Like,
give me the tips. Yeah.
Show me that. He was like, just walk away. It's like, that's the best way to win a fight. Just walk away. And I was like, wow, man, this is a guy who is, a martial arts instructor. He's a trained fighter. And he's also, at the time, I think he was still an amateur on the amateur fighting circuit. So he was, a mixed martial artist. Like he wanted to make fighting his living. And he was telling this kid the best way to win a fight is to walk away. And I was like, wow, that's great advice. Like, don't let your ego get in the way. Don't let, your pride, don't get caught up in the moment. Just walk away.
Yeah, that's a good life lesson. But, when you're young and you have all these feelings inside of you that you don't even know why you're mad or angry at the world or whoever. And you're just, like I said, it's all in the presentation. But yeah, I could have got my ass kicked several times. That, thank God I didn't, but still, it could have gotten there real quick. What was I saying? Oh, in the dream. So I have dreamt that I've had like I'm fighting with someone, and I feel in my dream that I have like this strength of where I can like body slam or push or pick up or throw, like just like, like a comic, not a comic, a
superhero?
Like a superhero, yeah, where they just pick up somebody and body slam them or push them. And anyway, that's how I've had some of my dreams, is where I'm doing that. And I'm in my dream like, what the heck? I just kicked their ass. And I think when I looked it up, it said something like overcoming something in life. But I don't know. I didn't really look too much into it. It's like,
what are you trying to overcome?
I'm always failing at things in life.
Oh, I know. I'm your cousin. I've seen. I paid attention.
No, I think it was when I was working on my associate's degree.
How'd that go, by the way?
I got it. I have it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I just didn't know if you looked up what kicking someone in the face.
I was too busy like making sure my toe wasn't going to fall off.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever hurt myself in a dream. Be careful, cuz.
Yeah, thanks. Maybe there is something, maybe I should get checked out, because that's not the only time I've reacted to something in my dream. I've woken myself up one time because I was yelling at somebody in my dream, and I was yelling. I woke up because I could hear myself yelling.
So, Luis, homie, says that I do that I talk in my sleep.
Are you talking to him? Are you yelling at him?
No, he's like, he says he doesn't really understand what I'm saying. I'm like, am I like talking in tongues? sometimes I get scared because I'm like, oh shit, what if I'm dreaming about something I'm not supposed to be dreaming about? And like, I say the wrong stuff. And
I'm afraid of that too. Because I've had those dreams. I wonder why I never wake up reacting to that.
I don't know. When I used to live at home with my mom, there was a period of time where I was sleeping in her room. So like, I'm talking because like, you know, teenage years, if I was out with friends or whatever, I'd come home or go to bed late. She was already asleep and I'm like sneaking in the bed to go to sleep. And she said one night that I was cursing out a friend of ours in my sleep. And she's like, you were calling him all kinds of names. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Cocksucker.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
Good dreams. Good dreams.
We should try and get a dream interpreter on the show so they can tell us how messed up we are.
That would be so cool.
Do you know any dream interpreter? Oh, wait, don't. We're Mexican. We probably know somebody who can interpret dreams.
Andrea, she may.
Does she interpret them?
No.
Let me say the word right. Does she interpret them?
No.
Or does she just kind of guess?
She just goes off of like sayings, you know, myths. This is what so-and-so says.
You want to call her and see if she has any interpretation for us?
We can try.
All right, let's see if she's available. Vamp for the audience while I try and get her on the phone.
Could you please use vamp in a sentence?
Yes, just keep the audience occupied by vamping.
Oh, okay.
While I try and get her on the phone.
Okay. Andrea is my sister. She has dreams too.
I'm not able to take your call right now. Please.
Hello?
Hello?
Cuz I could have sworn I heard Lourdes on there.
She is.
Sister?
I smelled that.
Hey, cuz.
I heard that.
Just real quick so you know, we're recording the podcast, so you're a special guest on the podcast right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope my GPS doesn't go off because I'm in H-Town. You know me.
Oh, okay. Well, we were just calling real quick. Lourdes said that you might be able to interpret dreams.
Yes. I told you one dream that I had. Well, there's several dreams that I've had. And then I had a dream that this morning was really weird. I'm not going to say names, but it was really weird.
Well, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind trying to interpret one of my dreams, and if Lourdes wants to share one, if you might be able to tell what that means.
Yes, go ahead. I'm listening.
Right. Well, a while back, I was dreaming that I had gotten into a fight with somebody who was trying to cause some trouble, and my first reaction was to kick him in the head, which, you know, obviously is a dream because I can't lift my leg that high. But what ended up happening was when I went for the kick in my dream, which was a really good kick, I landed it and everything. And as I was telling Lourdes, I put my hip into it. I got the power in there. I woke up because in real life I kicked and I hit part of my bed frame and really hurt my toe.
Oh.
But I'm just wondering if you could interpret that dream and tell me what you think that might mean.
I think you have some enemies and they're jealous of your knowledge.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. And that's what I'm thinking, that dream, like you have some enemies going after you and they're jealous of you because of your knowledge. That's why that head blow came in there.
That's a connection. Good.
That does. Hey, that's a pretty good thing. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't think I have any enemies. I don't want any enemies. But
you have people who are jealous of you. Who
wait, tell me. Hey, hang on. I'm gonna mute Lourdes real fast. Is it Lourdes? Is she jealous of me?
Possibly, because of your knowledge. You have, since you're smart and you have very good knowledge.
That's questionable, by the way. That's on. The jury's still out on that. I was a good student, but I don't know if that makes me smart.
Well, just put it this way. You give good advice, and I think got a good head on your shoulders, I think.
Well, thank you, cuz. I appreciate that.
Look at that. Good sister.
Welcome.
Sister,
now the toe part, I don't know.
Well, that was in real life. I just really.
Oh
hurt my
yeah,
toe.
that's saying yeah. You hurt your toe, but yeah, I was going to say that was something real, not in your dream.
Yeah. It was probably
was
my
a
body's
wake-up
way of
call.
reminding me
Just
not to get gout.
Wake up! Don't give in. Just wake up. You know.
Yeah, and I was
Just
up
walk
for 2
away
hours.
from the fight.
Oh yeah, just limp away from the fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lourdes, what was your dream that you want her to interpret?
Well, I think we've already talked about it. Sister, do you remember where I kept dreaming of a dog like biting my hand?
Well, hang on. Tell the dream.
Yeah.
Wait. If this is one that you've already talked about, the audience doesn't know the dream. So
Okay, so I was like outside and like I was in the back of homie's truck or something, and I kept having this dream of a dog, or not the same dog, but just a dog. And like almost like I was trying to run away from it, or that I was kind of scared of it, but the dog would end up biting my hand. And it never hurt. Like when he bit me, I never felt like it hurt. I just felt like my hand was getting, like, I don't want to say a friendly bite, but my hand was inside that dog's mouth.
when you woke up, was it actually up your ass?
Bro, that isn't going to go good with my interpretation.
No. That's just a real life thing. What do you interpret that as being?
I feel like, will you be quiet? I feel like she's dealing with a lot of emotions going on inside of her. And when she said the dog like came after her, attacked her, but it didn't like hurt, I feel like with that, she's trying to cover up those emotions, but it has to be released. So she has to be careful also. Like, again, with enemies, they could be friends, family,
Frenemies.
maybe jealousy. Yeah, frenemies. Jealousy a lot in there. And, a family like that, who needs enemies? Got to be careful, but I feel like she got the little, some emotional stuff going on there that maybe, with that bite of the dog, it's biting her butt, but trying to cover it up maybe, trying to tough it out maybe, but that's what I'm getting from that dream.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Is there any truth to that, Lourdes?
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of emotions that I can't get out.
Okay. All right.
That I haven't dealt with. But anyway, thank you, sister.
Yeah, thanks, cuz. You be safe. We'll let you go now so you can get back to doing what you're doing. Thanks for interpreting our dreams for us. Real quick, do you want to give out your Instagram or anything if anybody wants to follow you back?
Oh, no. I keep everything private.
Okay, good. Probably a good call.
Yeah, it's best.
All right. Well, you be safe. Thanks a lot, cuz.
Thanks, cuz. Y'all be careful, sis.
Bye.
Bye, you too.
Bye. All right, bye.
Well, it's
She's
fun.
a good dream interpreter. She
Yeah, that's
seems
not
like
bad. Like
she's
right off
very
the top
well
of her head.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Told you. That's who I call.
Yeah, people are jealous of us because we have a successful podcast. No, just.
Gosh.
All right, well, that's cool. You know what? Let's digest that for a little bit. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll talk about some movies if we still have time to do that.
Yay.
All right. We'll be back right after these messages. And by messages, I mean the one that we always play. Hey, are you enjoying Number 2 Podcast? Would you like to support us so that we can keep making these great shows for you? Cuz, why don't you tell them where they can go?
Hit us up at campfirepod.com/support us. That's campfirepod.com/support us. Support us is all one word.
You can support Number 2 Podcast directly with a monthly donation for as little as 99 cents per month through our anchor.fm website. Or scroll down a little more and you can click on our merchandise link, and that'll take you directly to our Amazon store where you can buy one of the shirts that we offer. And if you pick up anything else during that visit, we'll make a small commission at no extra charge to you.
That's right. Listen in style, pick up a badass shirt, support us at campfirepod.com/support us. That's repod.com/support us. Un, dos, tres, let's distress.
You already used that one.
I want to use it again. I like it.
Oh my goodness. All right. So we're going to talk about some more movies and just see what it would be like when it would take place if it was released today in the modern era.
Okay.
So we have 2 movies left to choose from. Do you want to talk about Stand By Me or Back to the Future?
Let's go with Stand By Me first.
Stand By Me? Okay.
Yeah. I like Stand By Me.
Stand By Me is a good movie. And I love that song. That when the movie came out, I know that was an older song. I didn't know how old the song was, but I loved it so much. I learned it and I used to sing it for the family.
Because you need to do that again.
Has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you you know what? Maybe we shouldn't sing. I don't know how YouTube's going to take that, especially since I sound just like Benny King.
I don't know. I think that was less time. I think there's like some second rule thing.
I'll cut it down at least. Anyway, Stand By Me came out in 1986, but it took place in 1959.
Damn.
So that gave it a span of 27 years. All right, so if a movie came out today in 2021, if that movie came out, if it was modernized and released today, it would take place in what year, cuz? 27 years ago.
27 years ago.
Yes.
And we're in 2021.
Yes.
Would it be 1990?
Yes.
6?
No.
1?
No.
I'm bad at math.
You got 8 more tries. 1990.
Wait, let me think about this.
So it's 27 years ago. We're in 2021. So if you take 21 years away, we're now in the year 2000.
Yeah.
So that leaves 6 years left over. So 6 from 2000 is
1994.
That's right. First try. Way to go, cuz. I love it.
You should have asked it that way the first time.
I'm
People
sorry.
get mad.
You know what, cuz? I'm sorry I asked the question the wrong way. But I corrected myself. So that means it would have to take place in 1994. And there was a movie that just recently came out that takes place in 1994. It's on Netflix called Fear Street 1994. It's nothing to do with Stand By Me, but it's just an interesting, if you want to see a movie, a modern movie set 27 years ago, check out Fear Street 1994. It's pretty fun. But that's not what we're talking about.
Okay.
We're talking about if we were to modernize Stand By Me and release it today, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that would be so bad.
Yeah, last time we made a mistake and we just assumed everyone had seen these movies. So, tell what you remember of Stand By Me, about the plot.
Stand By Me is a group of young, I don't even really know their ages, like, what, 13, 15?
Something like that, like junior high, maybe. I think they might have actually been like the year before they go into high school. So it'd be like young teenagers, yeah.
Yeah. Young group of friends. Each one of them, though, had a story of a background, like their life was different. One came from a really hard, not so well home environment. Another one had, more well-to-do. So just a mixture of different. Yeah,
they come from like different walks of life.
Yeah,
but they're all friends because they're young and
Yeah,
and
they go on this journey because there was a rumor about seeing a dead body.
Yeah, one of the kids heard his brother talking about a kid who got hit by a train, and where his body was approximately where it was when it happened. So they go on this journey to find this. It's like a 3 or 4 day camping trip, so to speak.
Yeah.
While they go looking for this dead body.
And on their journey, it's just different things happen. Like
it's a coming of age story. It's a little bit of self-discovery. They learn a lot about themselves and each other.
Yeah.
And by the end of the movie, the narrator goes on to say that, you know, they kind of went their separate ways, except for the two main guys stayed pretty close. And it's really him as an adult telling this story, because as an adult he just found out that his friend had been killed in a fight. So he's just like, this was the pivotal moment in their friendship that he's thinking of. So if we were to remake Stand By Me and modernize it and set it 27 years ago in 1994, these are some things that you could hear. Well, let me just say I skipped this. So some of the popular songs that were featured in the movie were the song Lollipop. Do you remember that song?
Lollipop, lollipop, oh.
And again, sounds very 50s. It has that bubblegum pop sound.
Yeah.
Like super family friendly, non-threatening. It's fun. It's a fun song. I like it. And of course, Stand By Me, which was a little bit anachronistic because the movie takes place in 1959. But from what I looked up, Stand By Me actually came out in 1962. But you know what? It's him telling the story of when he was younger, so he could put whatever music he wanted in there.
Yeah.
You know? And another song that is really of its time. Do you know the song Yakety Yak?
Don't Come Back.
Exactly, yeah. Take out the papers and the trash.
You don't get no spending
cash.
cash. I used to think it was you don't get no stinking cash or something like that.
You don't get no
weird.
fucking cash.
Pretty much. That's
you
what
don't
I
take
thought.
out those papers in the trash. You hear me, Yakety Yak? Don't talk back. Nah, it was nothing like that. It was way more family friendly. So, if we were to make Stand By Me today and set it in 1994, here are some things like if they go to the movies, which they didn't in the movie, but let's say they walk by a movie theater. Here's what you could see on the marquee.
Yeah.
You could see The Lion King.
Oh my gosh.
Or Forrest Gump. Which is also a movie
Life's
that
a
kind of...
box of chocolate. Oh my
Who
gosh.
said that?
Tom Hanks.
No.
Forrest.
Yeah. His mama said.
His mama said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Here's another movie those kids in 1994 who go searching for a dead body could pass by. True Lies, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I love that movie.
That is a great movie. I love that movie too.
Oh, they kicked ass.
Yes. It was his return to action greatness.
They did. They kicked booty.
Now, depending on what part of the year we set this in 1994, they could have walked past a movie theater and it could have been any one of these 3 Jim Carrey movies. He had a great year in 1994. Damn. They could have been walking by The Mask.
I cannot believe 1994.
Yes.
You know, Selah, my 6-year-old niece, quotes parts of The Mask.
Smoking. That's a funny movie.
Oh, I love The Mask.
So do I. But I also love Dumb and Dumber.
Oh my
Which
gosh.
came out that same year. Man, Jim Carrey had that was a great launch to his movie career. He had The Mask and Dumb and Dumber came out the same year. But also, if we said it earlier in the year, they could have been walking by Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Oh, that was the best too.
Let me ask you a question. Alrighty then. Oh my goodness, they could be quoting that. They could be saying "alrighty then" in our updated Stand By Me movie.
Oh my goodness.
Or, I mean, they wouldn't be old enough to see this movie, but if they're walking by a movie theater, they could have seen on the marquee Pulp Fiction.
No way.
Yes.
Because that's like one of your favorite movies.
It's one of my favorite movies, and it's 27 years old.
Unbelievable.
Now, if they did stop by the movies, they would have been old enough to see The Santa Claus, which is also from 1994. Remember that movie?
Yeah. I'm bad with names, you know that.
Tim Allen?
Tim Allen, the guy from Home Improvement.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
which we might have to explain to our audience was a very popular show in the 90s.
Yeah.
Or they could have been walking by Naked Gun 33 and a third, The Final Insult.
Oh my gosh. Naked Gun goes hard.
Right?
I
Leslie
love
Nielsen.
Nelson, whatever his name
Leslie
was.
Nielsen.
Leslie Nelson.
Nielsen.
Nielsen.
Yes.
That was close.
So instead of hearing Lollipop or singing Lollipop as they're walking down the train tracks, that famous train track scene in Stand By Me, they could be walking down that train track singing, I saw the sign and it opened up my
eyes.
I saw the sign. By Ace of Base, because that was a popular song in 1994.
That was like, didn't it make it to like the top 10 or something on the billboards one year? I can't.
I'm sure it did. That was a huge song.
Yeah.
Now, the characters, from what I remember, there wasn't one that was mature enough to really be. I mean, they were all still immature. You know, they talked about girls, but it wasn't like any of them had any experience. But if they had been listening to Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You, they might have been that might have propelled them into maturity at that age.
Oh my gosh, has never.
That song was popular 27 years ago.
Oh my gosh, I know what I'm doing today. Not we're gonna listen.
Because it's none of my business. I don't need to hear that. I'm gonna call Luis and tell him to run.
I'm gonna listen to some Boys to Men. That's gonna be
they're
funny.
so good. Like I said, last episode we talked about making a playlist for the kids, some 90s and early 2000s R&B. I made a short playlist, and Boys to Men definitely made it on there. Like, just if you're listening, just look up like 90s and early 2000s R&B and a subgenre called New Jack Swing. You will not be disappointed. It's such good music. I miss hearing that kind of music.
I know. It's crazy.
But some more songs that were famous at that time. Do you remember Lisa Loeb and 9 Stories? That song, Stay? If you stay.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
That's such a good song. I don't see them singing that, though. No. I don't see them singing this song, too, but maybe a car passes by that's playing this song. R. Kelly's Bump and Grind.
Oh.
Remember that song?
I don't know, but R. Kelly.
Yeah, well, hey, look, man, trust the art, not the artist. Like R. Kelly, he's whatever. But I mean, at the time, we didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very popular song. The kids might have been walking down the train track singing, I don't see nothing wrong. That would have been a weird song for them to sing, though.
It would have. Now that we know it's R. Kelly's song, too, it's kind of weird.
Now, I mean, they could have been jamming, like, again, modernized remake. We could give them, like, CD Discmans with headphones. Yeah, they could be listening to Salt and Pepper's What a Man.
What a man, what a man.
What a mighty good man. He's a mighty, again, 90s R&B. I mean, that's R&B hip hop, but it's so good. Also famous that year from them, Shoop. Remember Shoop?
Yeah. I was trying to think of it. I'm trying to think of a
baby shoop, shoop it oop, shoop it oop. Wait, let me get back to the subject. You know what? I really should have looked that up. It's a good song. Look it up yourself. You'll love it. Coolio, Fantastic Voyage. I know you remember that one. Come along and ride on a fantastic slippity slide.
No.
Remember Coolio?
I remember the name, but because I got to hear it.
Are you looking something up?
Yeah, there's some songs. Enrique Iglesias.
What about him?
I'm trying to look at the
1994.
Yeah, I was seeing if it was 1994, but it's his are actually a little further. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Here's a song that I feel like they definitely, in our remake, our Stand By Me modernized 2021 remake that takes place in 1994. Mm-hmm. This is a song that I for sure would have in there someplace. I'd find a place to squeeze in because I love it still to this day. It's just fun. It gets me going. and it's tag team. Whoop, there it is.
Oh,
Whoop, there it is. And I don't even know the other word. I just know, whoop, there it is. Shakalaka, shakalaka. It's
That's
just a
like
fun
me.
party song. And I can see that getting like, you know,
Getting
them
really
going.
crump.
What'd you say? Getting what?
Crump.
How you spell that?
I guess CRUMP.
Okay, I don't think that's the word you're looking for.
What is it?
I think you're looking for crunk.
Oh, is it?
How long have you been mispronouncing that word?
Hold on. I'm going to ask. That's probably why I don't say it.
Well, it's going to live forever now.
Crump, a loud thudding sound. It could be crump.
Hey, we're getting loud thudding sounds.
Especially one made by an exploding bomb or shell.
Did you hear that, crump? I've never.
What is crump slang for? It is.
Slang for what?
Oh, crump. I don't know.
What's it slang for?
It is. It says the root word crump came from the lyrics of a 1990 song and is sometimes spelled, KRUMP, which is an acronym for Kingdom Radically Uplifted Mighty Praise.
Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah. In church. In church, we're going to get crump.
I apologize then. I was wrong. You were right.
Maybe I did mean crunk. I'm going to have to ask Loopy.
Yeah. You want to call her?
She might ignore us.
Well, you want to try?
Yeah. If you don't know already, I have a tendency of not knowing exactly how things are pronounced. I think I'm going to blame that on my childhood. Like the toilet, the washing
Lord.
machine, the Venetian
Your call has been
blinds.
forwarded to an automatic
yeah.
voice message system.
Why does nobody want to answer their phone right now?
She should be home. I don't know what she's
Right.
doing.
Thinking she's too good for us. Going straight to voicemail.
Your call has been forwarded to an
How dare her?
Yeah, she must be. I don't know what she's doing.
Well,
Anyway, we'll find that out. We'll follow up on that one later.
we'll cut that out of the show. I'm going to keep assuming that you were wrong.
Okay.
All right. Some more songs from 1994 that we could stuff into our soundtrack for the updated Stand By Me. In fact, Stand By Me is the title of a song. So the movie was named after a song. We could retitle it after one of these songs. Like we could call it Loser by Beck. You know that song? That was like one of my high school anthems, man. That song hit me hard.
No, I
You
don't know
that
it.
song?
I mean, you have to sing it or give me some.
All right, hang on. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. La, la. Soy un perdedor. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? Ba, ba, ba.
No,
Forces
never
of
heard it.
evil in a bozo nightmare. Ban all the music with a phony gas chain because one's got a whistle and other's got a bag. One's on the floor, the other on the back. Cause the rerun shows and the cocaine nose job. The daytime light of the coke singer song. He hung himself with a guitar string, and then
No, it's not
no.
ringing any bells. That's
What?
awful. I don't think I've ever heard that song in my life.
Are you serious? You don't know Beck's Loser? Mm-mm. We're not cousins anymore. How did you miss out on that song?
Damn it, homie's weed eating outside.
He's eating weed?
I'd be out there with him if he was.
All right, we'll move on past that. I can't believe you. You're going to look up that song and you're going to listen to it and you're going to love it because that song meant so much to me in high school. What are you
Give me.
doing?
I'm gonna type it in my phone. What is it?
Beck, Beck, and the name of the song is Loser. This song I know for sure you know. and we're putting it in our Stand By Me remake.
Okay.
Gin and Juice, Snoop Doggy Dogg, as he was known in 1994.
Yes.
You know Gin and Juice?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like sing it, but I know it.
Okay. Well, I thought you would have known it better. I thought you would have been more excited. Okay, fine. We'll go on. 69 Boys. Tootsie Roll.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I don't know how we're
Everybody's doing their legs. Like, Tootsie Roll.
And you have to know this one. And this is going to the movie too. Aerosmith, Crazy.
Oh. Just stab me in the heart right now. Why don't you?
That was they had a huge comeback in the 90s and just had like hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
And Crazy was one of their first ones.
I love that song. It's pretty deep. It goes hard.
Do you remember Aini Kamoze?
How does that go?
No, that's the name of the artist. The song is Hot Stepper. It was like a one-hit wonder, but I remember I think it was my 10th or 11th grade pre-calculus class. One of my friends would sing it. It was like na 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 na.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, yeah.
Here come the Hot Stepper, murder.
Oh my
I'm the
gosh.
lyrical gangster, murder.
Stop! It's hurting my ears.
I still love you like that. You know that one?
Oh my gosh!
Oh
yeah.
No, we don't die. Yes, we multiply. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember it.
Okay. So yeah, that's definitely going into the movie, right?
Yeah. No, I don't know, because that song, there's someone I knew used to play that song a lot and would drive by our house.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, I was like, nah, I don't know if that would make it.
You're like, nah, 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 nah. Okay, fine. Fine. We won't have room for it on the soundtrack. That'll be in the director's cut. You know what? I could put it in the movie. If I make the movie, I could put it in the movie and you would never know because you wouldn't watch it anyway because you don't watch any of the things I work on.
I do too.
I don't want to say the name of it, but there's a show on HBO Max that I worked on, a cartoon series that you still haven't watched.
Can I say the name?
Go ahead. I'll cut it out.
Ruby?
No, that's not on HBO Max. But you haven't watched that either.
No, only the clips that you've sent me. And I was like, cuz, is that your voice?
No, I don't do voice work in it.
You did do one voice
that's right.
work.
I did do. You're right.
Ya ves.
But the other show that I worked on so hard on. Anyway, we're moving on. We're done with Stand By Me. We're done with Memory Lane on Stand By Me.
Do we do another show for Back to the Future?
How much time do we have?
Let's see what we're at.
Because don't forget, we talked a bunch before we started.
We're at an hour.
Are you telling me we don't have time for Back to the Future? Let's see, Back to the Future, which is one of my favorites all time. I love that movie. I love that series. And you're familiar with the movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it took place, it was released in 1985, and part of it takes place in 1985, but a lot of it takes place in 1955, which gives you a span of...
1995 and then 55? Is that 40?
1985 to
85?
Yes. 30 years.
40?
You're right, because 30 years. Yes. So if we were to modernize it and make it today in 2021, where he travels 30 years in the past, he would land in what year?
Well, we already got 21 years ago is 2000. And then 9 more years from that would be 1991.
That's correct, cuz. Hey, let me give you a round of applause. Congratulations.
Oh, God.
So, you want to give a little brief description of what Back to the Future was about, in case anyone in the audience hasn't seen it? If you're listening to this and you haven't seen Back to the Future, pause this right now. Go watch Back to the Future and then come back. It's such a great movie.
It is a pretty cool movie. But Back to the Future is about just a, I would say, middle class family. Is he the middle child or he's the youngest?
I think he's the youngest.
Okay. The youngest of a family
he's a high
of
school
what?
student.
High school student. I say middle class, but they seemed pretty well to do, but because he had his own car. He had the girlfriend.
Actually, he didn't have his car.
He didn't have a Jeep? Maybe that was the second or third one.
No. That's at the end he gets that truck.
Okay. And
you know what? Let me take over. So it stars Michael J. Fox, who plays Marty McFly. He's a high school student, and he's really good friends with a scientist, Doc Brown, who's played by
who played, it was Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd, thank you. It's played by Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
And he invents a time machine out of a car, a DeLorean. And through a series of events, Marty ends up traveling 30 years in the past to 1955 and has to find Doc Brown in 1955 to help him get back to the future, or the present, actually, 1985. Yeah. But while he's there, he accidentally interferes in his parents' meeting. So if they never meet, they never fall in love, and they never have kids, including him. So his whole existence is
going to disappear.
Yeah. So it's very important for him to get his parents back together so that they can continue with their life as it originally did. However, because of the things that he did, he has to befriend them and encourage his father to meet his mother and start a life. But because of those interferences, he kind of changes things. So when he gets back to the future, their life is better. His parents are his father had published his first book. His brother and sister are in better jobs than they had before, and he gets a truck that is given to him as a gift at the end. Anyway, that's just a broad strokes. It's way more fun and exciting. But the question I wanted to ask you about this, about your kids, which I wish they were here to answer this, but if this was Back to the Future starring you and your kids, and your kids accidentally traveled back to 1991. Now, we weren't in high school yet in 91, but let's just say for the sake of this movie, we were. It would have been close to ninth grade for us. Mm-hmm. So Marty McFly has to befriend his parents to, have them meet and fall in love and stuff. And the funny thing in the movie, the mom actually has a crush on Marty, her own son. She doesn't know it's her son. Weird. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird, but it's funny. All right. So what I was going to ask you is, if it was possible for your kids to meet you while you were in high school, do you think y'all would have become friends? Do you think you at that time would have been somebody who would have been friendly to them, and would they have? Or do you think your social circles were so different that y'all would not have known each other? Or
that's a tough question to answer. Okay, I would say the yes, because they're like homebodies, and so was I. I had friends, but our house was the gathering place. So
you think they would have been hanging out at your house with y'all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think you would have been a bad influence on them at that age?
Yeah, I think so. Because I'm trying to think of like my friends at that time. We all had something in common. And so now I'm thinking, no, maybe we wouldn't be friends, because most of my friends that would come to the house were guys. The girlfriends that I had, they were from households where they were single parents, mom bringing up the kids by themselves, or dad and mom were on, not good terms. That was our common thing.
So to reference one of our other shows, they were like real Gen X latchlock kids. They were left to their own devices because their parents weren't available, either at work or maybe just not emotionally available. So you found each other and kind of made your own kind of family unit together.
Yeah. Yeah.
A family of would you say misfits, maybe? Some of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Some. Yeah.
Ne'er-do-wells.
We did. I mean, we all lived kind of in the same neighborhood, so it was nothing for us to walk down the street to each other's house and things like that. So I would say if my kids now or then, back then, were friends, I probably don't think that we would hang out because they would have had a mom and a dad, more of a family setting versus, yeah, no,
Okay.
we would not have probably been friends.
Okay, so let's just try to put this on plot now with Back to the Future. So let's say your kids travel back and met you as a teenager or as a younger person and had to introduce you to your future husband so that their existence would happen. Do you think never mind. No. That's I don't know. That's the word. We should actually work on that as a story just to see.
That is pretty cool though. Yeah, I think we should.
Maybe we should do that and work it out as an audio play to play on the on the podcast.
Yeah. And we need to get them back in here as Vampila.
All right, so write that down, and we'll see if that's something we can do. So, where are we? Back to the Future, 1955. Some of the songs that were featured in that were Mr. Sandman. Remember that song?
Oh yeah,
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Make her
Make
the
him the cutest.
sweetest.
Yeah.
Oh,
So again,
sweetest, cutest. Yeah, something.
I don't remember. Make him the somethingest that I've ever seen. And then when Marty is at the dance and he has to play with the band, they're playing.
Oh yeah,
Earth
he tries to
Angel.
play.
Earth Angel again, like very 50s sound, like you hear
And that
these
was
songs.
in the 90s, right? You said?
No. That was
90s.
back when he was still in the past in the 50s.
But the movie was released in the 90s.
No, cuz we just went over this. It was released in 1985.
Oh, what was us releasing in 1991.
Yes.
A movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's what
So we're still talking about the original Back to the Future. So Earth Angel, and then after that, when he plays, he's like, this is an oldie where I come from, and he plays Johnny Be Good.
Yeah.
And that's a great song. And that one I think is maybe, I mean, it still has kind of an older sound, but it's a little bit more timeless. It's a little more upbeat rock and roll, and it's a little edgier than the 1950s music. But Johnny Be Good was 1955. It came out sometime that year. So if we were to modernize it, set it where your kid will say, for example, will travel back to 1991 to make sure that you meet Louise so that they can be born. They would have a chance to see on the big screen in the movie theaters, if they went to a movie, or in this movie, if they passed by a marquee, they could see Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Oh my gosh, we watched
Another
Terminator the other day.
Arnold Schwarzenegger classic. A Disney classic, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, I love Beauty and the Beast.
30 years old, cuz.
Damn.
If they wanted to see something a little more scary, they could go watch Silence of the Lambs.
Ugh, that was rough.
Or if comedy's more their speed, since this movie is a comedy, it could be referencing another comedy. It could be referencing The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. Again, another great Leslie Nielsen joint. Or one that you've brought up already, My Girl.
Aw,
They can
I
see
love My
Macaulay
Girl.
Culkin die. Spoiler alert. Another great movie that they might be able to check out in this updated Back to the Future. They can go see Boys in the Hood.
Oh yeah,
Which is
like
great
that.
because Boys in the Hood actually had some references to Stand By Me. What a great connection.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ooh, you know what? I might go with them to travel back in time so I can see this on the big screen because I never had a chance to. But Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Oh my gosh.
Where they meet death. Oh, and here's one that I know you have to know, which your kids and you, this might be a bonding moment in our movie. If y'all go see a movie together, y'all can go see Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh, I love that.
The dishes are done, man. Remember that? When you shoot the dishes like skeet. Or y'all could just go see Ernest Scared Stupid. But they didn't know who Ernest was, so this might be your chance to educate them.
Yeah.
So here's what we could fill a soundtrack with. This is my favorite part. The music.
Okay.
Remember Bryan Adams, Everything I Do It For You.
Robin Hood, duh.
That could be the song that you and Luis danced to at the big dance.
Oh,
the
man.
Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
Yeah.
Or after the dance, when well, then your kids are 30, so y'all hopefully wouldn't be doing this yet, but y'all could be well, say y'all could be dancing to Color Me Bad's I Want to Sex You Up. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I want to sex you up.
That could be the song that he plays on the stage.
Oh, yeah.
Oldie. This is an oldie where I come from.
I don't know if this would fit, but it was popular at the time. Losing My Religion by R.E.M. Do you know that song?
I think I do.
That's me in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
That's me in the spotlight. Losing
my religion.
This one would work great at the dance. Lenny Kravitz, It Ain't Over Till It's Over.
Well, how does it go?
Well, it sounds like a classic song already, even though it was a modern song, but it was like, so many tears I cried, so much pain inside.
Yeah.
Baby, it ain't over till it's
over.
So many years,
I got to listen to
right.
a
Put
lot
that on the list
this
too.
weekend.
That would be a great Enchantment Under the Sea song. That'd be a great dancing song. Yeah, two young lovers dancing.
I don't think we would like each other then.
You and Luis?
Yeah.
Do y'all like each other now? Because the way you say it sometimes, I worry about y'all. Moving on. Don't answer that. Moving on.
Gosh, I have a story. Go ahead.
So, oh, Lord. You know what? Save it. Do you know Scorpions' Wind of Change? I know the song, but
Wind of Change.
Can you spare some change?
Da 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 da. Is that it?
I think so. That might be it.
I think so. Yeah. Your fave, cuz I think you. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, who's calling? Hey, it's Loopy. Hey, we got her on the phone.
Okay.
Hello, cousin?
Hey, you rang, cuz?
Yes, cuz your sister and I are recording our podcast right now.
Hey, sister.
Oh, hi, sister.
I get him.
And
what are y'all doing?
Well, we needed you to weigh in on something.
Sure. What you got?
Lourdes used a word that I think she meant to use a different word, and she's sticking to her guns and saying that it's the right word that she used. Cuz, do you want to tell her what you said? And
sister.
Yes.
You know, back in the day when things would get really,
what she meant was back in the Disney. Go ahead.
Party and things would get what?
Crunk.
Can you spell that for her, please, cuz?
CRUNK.
So you're telling me things would not get crump? CRUMP.
Oh gosh. No.
Thank you, cuz, for settling this dispute.
I thought it
Your
was
sister
crump.
said
Did I win
crump.
something?
Crump with
What
a
is
P.
crump?
What does it mean, Lourdes? You looked it up.
Something really loud, something.
A loud bang, like an explosion.
It could be crump.
I guess it could be. I mean,
Thank you, sister.
There were pretty big explosions back in the day.
But you and I both know the word that she meant to use was crunk.
Yes.
Thank you.
Maybe things at her party was crump, but where we were partying was crunk.
Eric said, how long have you been saying it the wrong way?
Yeah, nobody said anything. Laughed my ass off.
All right, cuz,
Okay,
thanks for
Hermana.
settling this argument with us.
Oh, no problem.
You don't know
Anytime.
how important that was to me.
Oh, anytime.
All right. Bye, cuz.
Bye.
Bye. Gosh, I feel a little embarrassed. I don't know
You
how to
should feel
pronounce
a lot
anything.
embarrassed.
Not really.
But look at that. We had 2 guests on our show, and we didn't even have that planned. We didn't have a plan
Okay.
for the show today.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Where were we? All right. Scorpions, Wind of Change. That'd be a great song from the dance to.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. I think I like the other one
Dun,
better.
dun. Which one?
Brian
Lenny Kravitz?
Adams.
Oh, Brian Adams.
No.
Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good one for y'all to have y'all's first kiss.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
And
even
that's when Marty
remember
McFly
our
would come.
first
Or that's when.
kiss.
Who's going to play Marty McFly? Is it going to be Isabel or Pila? Oh, I guess your youngest would have to. Little Louise would have to come back to make him.
Oh God, he would change everything.
Oh, he would disappear so fast. He'd be like,
"Damn it, Mom."
He'd be like, Dad, and Luis would be like, Dad. And he'd be like, Daddy-o is what, look, man, you could do way better than her. Well, whose side would he be on? Would he be telling you?
Oh God, he'd be on Dad's side. Oh,
that's the movie we need to write.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, my goodness. But yeah, that'd be a good song for y'all to share your first kiss to. Everything I do it for you.
Yeah, like everything.
Oh, but that would mean that your young self would end up in a parked car with him.
That's okay. Oh, you mean with my son?
Yes. Remember that scene where she kisses? That's gonna make this next song that was popular in 1991 really awkward. Remember the Divinals? Their song "I Touch Myself." That's not making it into the soundtrack. We're taking that one out. It was popular at the time, but it's not gonna go in this one. But something that might go in there is "Poison," "Something to Believe in." You give me something to believe in. That's a nice little ballad. Oh, I don't know. This is a good song, but I don't know if we can put it in our movie, if we can find a place for it. But remember Chris Isaac, "Wicked Game"?
Yeah. Yeah. That
That's
would
such a
be
good-
good.
Yeah.
That could be the closing song, A Wicked Game.
What a wicked game to play.
To make
me feel this way. And I wanna fall. I really need some voice work.
Yeah.
This one, no matter what, because now we're like an all Latino cast. This song is going in there. No, we're finding a place, even if we have to get a crowbar and just squeeze it in there. Do you remember the popular artist Gerardo or Gerardo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Rico Suave.
Yeah.
Rico. It could be when Luis is driving up in his car, driving into the parking lot.
I think he would do that, like show off. I probably wouldn't like him. I don't know about this Back to the Future thing.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna write the first Back to the Future movie where the parents don't fall in love and then their kids never happen, and then you just have an ending where all your kids fade out of existence.
Like 3 different baby daddies.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? Maybe while you're considering how you really feel about them, you can listen to D-Light's "Groove Is in the Heart."
Groove is in the heart. Dun, dun, dun,
That's
dun.
such a good song.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
another good one. It's
Yeah.
it's a crazy song. And that one, you know what? When I talk about like the other ones have a feel of like from the 50s, that one really does sound like a 90s song. You hear that song come when you're like, this is a relic from the 90s, but it's a good song, so who cares?
They don't even feel like they're from the 90s, like 27 years ago or 30 years ago.
30 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But that Rico Suave and "Groove Is in the Heart" do sound they're really 90s, honestly. I got to be honest. So
Yeah,
they
'cause
do
you don't hear
kind of
those
have
on
a
the radio.
timestamp. But here's a timeless song. We don't have enough hip hop in this movie. So we're going to have to put in some Naughty by Nature, OPP, which
You
is
down
perfect.
with OPP?
Yeah, you know me. Which is
me.
perfect because you're trying to meet your husband. I mean, you don't know it, but your kid, your son is trying to introduce you to your future husband. You're like, nah, I'm interested in somebody else. I'm interested in OPP. Yeah, you know me. You remember what OPP stands for?
Gosh, I think we had this conversation before, and it's something with the poo nanny, right?
Sort of. The easiest way would be just to say other people's property.
Oh yeah.
But
Other people's.
OPP, how can I explain it? I'll take you frame by frame it to have y'all jumping, shall we singing it. O is for other, P is for people, scratch and temple. The last P, well, that's not that simple. It's sort of like another way to call a cat a kitten. It's 5 little letters that are missing here. You get on occasion at the other party as a game, and it seems I got to start to explain and bust it. You ever had a girl and met her on a nice hello? You get her name and number, and then you're feeling real mellow. You get home, wait a day. She's what you want to know about. Then you call up, and it's her girlfriend or her cousin's house. It's not a front, F to the R to the O to the N to the T. It's just her boyfriend's at her house. Boy, that's what's scary. It's OPP time. Other people's what you get it. There's no room for relationships. There's just room to hit it. How many brothers out there know just what I'm getting at? Who thinks it's wrong because I'm spitting and go hitting that? Well, if you do, that's OPP, and you're not down with it. But if you don't, here's your membership.
You down with OPP?
So do you know what he means? That other P? It's another word for kitten.
Yeah.
Other people's.
Pussycat.
Yeah. As for the ladies, though, OPP means something gifted. The first 2 letters are the same, but the last is something different. It's the longest, loveliest, lean. I call it the leanest. It's another 5-word rhyming with cleanest and meanest. I won't get into that. I'll do it sort of properly. I say the last P, stands for property. So you know what he's talking about there? It's another word rhyming
the P-nanny.
Rhyming with cleanest or leanest. This is for the ladies who are down with OPP.
Mm-hmm.
What's a word that starts with P and rhymes with cleanest or leanest?
With the P?
Yeah.
You got me. I don't
know.
know.
Are you serious? He's talking about other people's penis. Cuz that song is 30 years old.
I was thinking way too hard on that.
Now do you get what the song is about?
Yeah.
So in our Back to the Future remake, you're considering you're down with OPP. You're not sure. My goodness. Cuz I can't believe that's 30 years old.
I know I've heard that before. I've heard the penis and the pussycat. But right now I was caught off.
My goodness. And
I had
credits.
A brain fart.
Well, we'll have your kid have to explain to you what that song really means. Oh, how about this? Here's the scene. Your character, the young mom version, or the young version of your teenage version of you, is singing that song, and your son, who is like trying to get you to meet his dad, you're like, that's a nasty song. Why are you listening to that? And you're like, it's a good song. And then he has to explain to you what it means. And you're like, oh my goodness. And credits.
Oh, goodness.
That's all I have, cuz, for these movies and the time frame. I hope this was fun and enjoyable. I wish your kids could have been here. I wish, not thinking about Back to the Future, I wish your son would have been here to put him in those situations to see how he'd react.
Oh my gosh. It would have been crazy.
But that's it. That's all I have for the show today. Anything else you want to add? Did you have fun?
I had lots of fun.
Going down memory lane. Where were
go
you?
Down memory lane.
Let's see, 1991. We were just about to start high school.
I was leaving a year.
Well, you were a year behind.
I was a year behind you. But so I went to private school from kindergarten all the way to 7th grade. So I was very sheltered, shy, timid, whatever you want to call it.
I went to that same school from kindergarten through 8th grade. So that would have been my last year in that school, I think, and then going into a public high school. Roughly.
I went to a public middle school. the last year that other public school students were finishing up middle school, it was my first year. It was awful. Awful.
But you know what? In the long run, I think it's better for us. We got to meet more people, got to experience different walks of life, kind of like the friends from Stand By Me. See how I'm tying it all together? See how I'm tying it all together?
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, we got to make new friends and people in our own, on our side of town in our neighborhood who we got to become better friends with and just experience a more fun and full life. We got to get a little unsheltered.
We did.
Yeah.
And those are some of the best times. They may not have been the best way, but they were some of the best times. And
those crump times.
Those crump times were really crunk.
Yeah, they were. All right, cuz why don't you take us out? Anything else you want to add before we leave? I hope everyone enjoyed the show. Go watch these movies, Stand By Me, Back to the Future. They're great movies. And from last time, if you haven't had a chance, check out Grease. Check out Dirty Dancing, also fun movies, which we didn't really talk about what those were about. But you know what? We've already done that show. We'll just hope that people watch them and can come back and listen to the show and then get our references.
Yeah, and update your playlist.
Update your playlist with some old songs. 27 and 30-year-old songs. There's some great music out there.
There's songs that I remember listening to back in the 90s that I would listen to on repeat constantly, just the same CD.
There are songs from the 90s that I still listen to on repeat.
Wow.
I know, man. I need to listen to some more modern music. But anything else before we go, cuz?
De-stress. I hope this was helpful in getting you guys distressed and...
Distressed or de-stressed?
De-stressed.
Okay.
Not distressed, because that means that they're getting stressed.
Yeah.
Or in distress.
Distress means you're in distress.
Yeah.
That's a good definition.
De-stress.
All right. Well, here's a song I like. If you enjoyed watching this episode of Number 2 Podcast and would like to see more, tell them what they can do, cuz.
You can simply click the subscribe button, give us a like, click on the bell notification, and you'll be notified of all the episodes as they become available.
Yes, the bell notification.